Welcome, everybody, to another episode of our Wide Right Natty Lite betting show. I'm your host, Levi Stevenson, joined this week by Jacob England and Austin Keeney, because Matthias is out doing dad stuff, I think. How's it going, guys?
Doing well.
Good. I think Matthias is out because he's out of money.
Well,
Someone
he actually did win his bet last week. We'll get into that a little bit later. As always, this is our sponsored by our great friends over at WRNL Sportsbook. Where you get all of our odds from there for all of our picks. And you can go, if you sign up, we get a code WRNL 300 to get a 100% deposit match up to $300 with a minimum of $100 for the first time you sign up. So if you go there, create it, you get some nice free money to bet with. And actually, you know what? I've been kind of loosely keeping track of our picks, and we've been doing pretty good, actually. We giving some decent gambling advice on this one. So we're going to get into it right away this week. So let's talk about Iowa State. Got a couple big wins. They're up to 4-0 on the season. This coming week, they've got Kansas on Saturday and then Texas at home on Tuesday. So Kansas on the road on Saturday, Texas at home on Tuesday. Currently, Ken Palm's got Iowa State listed as a 7-point underdog on the road at Allen Fieldhouse. That over-under is going to be 141. Per Ken Palm. Where do you see that at, Jacob?
I like where the 141 is at, but I'm actually going to have Iowa State to cover. I don't think that it's going to be a 7-point loss. I think Kansas is going to win because it's hard to win in their territory, but I don't think it's going to be a 7-point loss.
I really want to say money line, Iowa State. As I was politely reminded on Twitter, not every basket you make in that gym counts. So
right, exactly.
Iowa State will definitely keep this close. They're playing great basketball right now. They absolutely could win the game. I don't even know if the spread will be a full 7 points, but whatever it is, I like Iowa State to keep it close.
Yeah, I would actually be surprised if it is a full 7 points there. I would guess it'll probably be a little bit lower than that. It'll be a little bit closer to even. I like Iowa State to cover there too. You could probably talk me into a money line there just with base. Just Iowa State's hot right now. They're shooting the ball well. They're passing the ball well on offense. Everything's moving really nicely, and the defense is suffocating as it's ever been. And when you got guys like Caleb Grill's chucking it with confidence, Gabe Kalser is playing with unreal confidence right now, especially in his step back jumper and everything. You know, you got some guys that are really stepping up. Taman Lipsey has come into his own. He looks like a young Monte Morris running around out there. You got to really like how Iowa State's playing basketball right now. So let's move on to the Texas game on Tuesday. Obviously, the big headline on that one is going to be the return of the point guard who should not be named to Hilton Coliseum after transferring away at the end of last season. Right now, Ken Palm has Iowa State winning that game by 1 point, 67-66 at home. Texas obviously very good this season, with Tyrese Hunter kind of leading the way. Austin, what's your feeling on this one?
Okay, so the metrics love Texas. That's why it's projected at 1 point. Let me just say, you're a bad person if you bet on Texas in this game. Iowa State, I think, is going to flatten Texas. Texas is not playing very well. They don't have a head coach. Their defense is suspect because their coach is gone. Who built it? And then obviously you got to factor in the Hilton Coliseum advantage. So that's got to be worth 4 or 5 points on the scoreboard. That is going to be the rowdiest atmosphere that we get all season long. So if Iowa State jumps out to an early lead, they're going to cruise in this game.
Jacob?
Yeah, I have nothing else to say. I think Austin pretty much put everything out. I agree with everything he said. The line looks good. I would say that I would take Iowa State easily. I think they're going to crush them.
Yeah. I'm on board with you guys actually because Iowa State's playing unbelievable basketball right now. Texas is kind of all over the place. Tyrese Hunter's been okay, or he's been pretty decent anyways. But that team's got some major deficiencies. And like you said, I mean Tyrese Hunter's going to get the Adam Haluska treatment the whole night. He's gonna every time he touches that ball, there will be boos raining down from the heavens, and they will be loud and raucous. And
I
every
check
time,
something really quick about that game too. Sorry, go ahead, Levi.
Yeah, so
I'm just gonna look this up real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So that's gonna be a rowdy atmosphere. Texas is gonna probably have a pretty bad time. I expect Iowa State's defense to give them a ton of problems. And they're just a whole different ball club than they were last year when Tyrese Hunter was playing. And I mean, even if they don't win on Saturday at Kansas, if they still look at like as competent as they've looked recently, I have no problem taking Iowa State to cover that. You could set that line at 5 or 6, and I would have no problem taking Iowa State to cover that. Just those programs are headed in two completely different directions right now. Texas is probably not going to end up in the top 10 in KenPom by the end of the season, and Iowa State may climb up that high, just with how they're playing right now. So, okay. I love taking Iowa State on that spread.
If we have any listeners, anyone who tunes into the show that works for ESPN or knows somebody at ESPN, can we get this off ESPN Plus? Can we get this on a real TV network, please?
No kidding.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that game's on ESPN Plus.
Just buried. Both games at Kansas on Saturday. That's a top 15.
At Kansas is on ESPN Plus.
Yes, it is.
Yes, exclusively on ESPN Plus.
Got to get them guys. Got to get subscriptions, man.
Got to get the subscriptions. Don't love that, but it is what it is, I guess. Either way, I would say it's playing awesome basketball right now. It's pretty tough to pick against them on much of anything right now with how they're playing. So let's move on to our national stuff. College football is done. TCU, obviously Georgia won the national championship game fairly handily. Matthias's first half over hit pretty damn quick, and Georgia did it by themselves. But this weekend is a wild card weekend for the NFL playoffs. We've got 6 games: Seahawks, 49ers, Chargers, Jaguars, Dolphins, Bills, Giants, Vikings, Ravens, Bengals, and Cowboys and Buccaneers. What are you guys looking at this weekend? You see anything that's enticing you? Austin?
The Ravens are enticing, but I have no idea if Lamar Jackson's going to play. So that's the big one I'm looking at. If we get Lamar, I think Baltimore can keep that close for sure. Otherwise, you're looking at like parlaying the Niners and the Bills and, those big favorites trying to just get something reasonable.
Right. Jacob, what are you at?
I'm kind of looking at the Seahawks and 49ers because if I'm not wrong, the 49ers have won twice. So this would be their third time if they win.
Right.
And it'd be extremely hard to do that. But I think that they're a for sure, they're, if not number one to win the Super Bowl. I think Eagles is first, and then you got the 49ers, but they're looking really good.
And right now, I said it last week when I took them on the futures to win the Super Bowl that the 49ers are the most complete team in the NFL right now. And the way Brock Purdy's playing, the way that offense is playing, it's hard. I don't know how you pick against them. They've Christian McCaffrey's running wild. Deebo Samuel's going to be back at some point. I don't know if it's this week or not, but I would assume he'll be back before the end of the season. And if they get him back, I don't know who's gonna beat the 49ers at this point. Even the Eagles, I'm not sure who's gonna be. I don't think the Eagles are gonna beat the 49ers if they get they both get to the NFC title game.
Well, you saw the 49ers. They were the last week of the game. They tried to do the stop run. Well, then all of a sudden you just open up the passing game because they're just trying to stop Christian McCaffrey, but then you can't stop him.
And then you got Brock Purdy to George Kittle, and it's impossible to deal with.
Yeah.
So you're looking at so right now the 49ers are 9.5-point favorites over the Seahawks. I'll take them to cover that. Actually, I know that's a big spread for the playoffs, but I'm going to take them to cover that 9.5 points. Seattle's fine. They're not like anything special, but 49ers are playing unbelievably well right now.
And I don't think Geno Smith is looking as great as he was at the beginning of the season.
I'm with you there. So if I'm taking something, I'm going to take the 49ers on the spread, and I might even be willing to parlay that in with like a, let's see. See, the problem is if you don't know if Lamar is going to play. if you find out Lamar is not playing, I'd take the 49ers to cover 9.5 and the Bengals to cover 8.5. But I'd assume the line will move a little bit depending on whether or not Lamar plays. I'd be probably comfortable parlaying that. I know, Austin, you were just trying to kind of piece some stuff together to get some value out of that wild card round. Were you going to jump on any of that?
You just do like your money line parlay with the Niners and the Bills, and then a third just to try and get some decent value out of it.
So if you take the Bills and the Niners by themselves, it's a minus 278. That's not
so then you're looking
at payout.
Like, what if you add the Bengals in there with?
So if you add the Bengals in there, that gets you to minus 143, which isn't terrible.
That's still not great. Okay,
it's not great, but it's not. It's like you don't really love that. If you felt like, I guess I don't know how you're feeling about like the Jags over the Chargers. Chargers are 2-point favorites. You can get Jags on a plus 105 there, so that gets you to plus 180 if you add the Jags in as a third part of that parlay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pick saved that I like. So
okay, all right. So let's move on to our picks. So last week, obviously Matthias is not here, so he won't give us any of that. But last week, I hit on my San Francisco money line and over 40 parlay. Matthias hit on his national championship first half over. Austin hit on his South Dakota State to cover 4.5, and Jacob did not hit on the over in the Detroit Green Bay game, which in retrospect, 49 points is a whole bunch for those two teams. So obviously you can see the running totals at the bottom there. I've just taken the lead at 141, Austin at 107, Jacob 90, Matthias at 29. Jacob, what is your pick for this week?
I'm going back to the 49ers, but I'm actually going to do Brock Purdy. I am going to do, if I see it right, total touchdown passes thrown, and I'm going to go over.
What is it?
1.5.
Okay. What's your odds on that?
Minus 109.
Minus 109. Okay.
I think
not bad value there at all. He's thrown 2 every single start every single game, every single start this season. He's thrown 2 or more. So
I think it's easy money. I don't think.
Oh, I think so too. That's a good one. How many units are you putting down on that?
I think I'm gonna put 30.
You've got 90 in the bank, so you're gonna go 30. Austin, what's your pick for this week?
All right. Speaking of too many points, I like the under in Cowboys Bucks. 45.5. Tom Brady's offense, not good. The Cowboys were just dreadful on offense last week. So I kind of feels like a low scoring game to me. I did not realize we had player props up already. So my official pick is going to be Cowboys Bucks under. But I would also say George Kittle plus 155 to score a touchdown at any point in the game. How many touchdowns has Brock Purdy thrown?
Oh my gosh, man, he's good. That's free money right there.
That is free money. Dang it!
I might steal yours.
No,
that's yours. I'll leave that one. I'll leave that one.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, that's
I did my official pick George Kittle to score a touchdown. Then
okay, I like that. So George Kittle touchdown, and what was your odds on that? Plus 155.
Plus 155.
That's good value for that. Holy cow. That is exceptional value there.
Let's go 30 units on that.
I like that. 30 units on that. God, that feels like you're gonna hit on that.
That makes me sad a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to the Bengals, to the Bills and the Dolphins, right? Dolphins, yeah, Bills and Dolphins. I'm looking at Stephon Diggs over 6.5 catches. I think they're gonna go. I think Josh Allen will go after him. They'll feed him the ball. In a playoff game, you got throw your ball to the best receiver. I like Stephon Diggs over 6.5 catches at plus 114.
Yeah. Well, going off topic a little bit, Stephon Diggs had a rough couple last weeks, and excluding this last week, but like he only had like 2 or 3 catches, so he is looking to get some.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute burst.
I'm gonna throw 40 on that because I've got a little bit of room. I'm gonna throw 40 on that and really try to jump out to a lead here. So to recap, I've got Stephon Diggs over 6.5 catches for at plus 114. Austin's got George Kittle to score a touchdown at any point in time at plus 155, which I cannot believe that that's a player prop. Jacob's got Brock Purdy over 1.5 touchdown passes at minus 109. All those seem like pretty good solid picks there. So we'll wrap her up for this week, everybody. Remember, you can go when you go sign up on DRF, you can go type in the code WRNL 300 at when you sign up. You get a 100% deposit match up to $300, minimum of $100. It's free money to get started, and you can throw your money down. Apparently, I'm really good at this, so you can take my picks. No, Austin's been doing pretty good too, though. So, everybody, thank you for watching. For Jacob England and Austin Keeney, I'm Levi Stevenson. Everybody have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next week.